later, we finally get a Roblox video. Anyway, Tari's playing it, earning Robux or something. Note that I never played it. Mario desperately wants to turn on the PC and accidentally hits her arm on the table, making it transport him into the game, and confusing it for Minecraft. After seeing a bunch of weird crap that's not so different from the real thing, he witnessed user trade in items, which yes, includes spaghetti. While on the hunt for Robux, he meets the mascot, Ufio, who shows him the ropes to rank up and earn mod status. After every shenanigan and challenge, they net enough points to trade roles with a shady dealer, but Ufio suddenly takes it for himself. He becomes a soul beast and reveals he tricked Mario as revenge for axing his girlfriend when he entered the server. As he runs away from danger, he plays matchmaker by diverting his enemies with a female avatar. They both fall in love and fly into the sky. However, in the real world, Frankie is ecstatic about his new boyfriend. I'm definitely not one to judge, but I heard enough dating stories to know where this is heading. This is yet another faithful take on a popular game, so that could be a result of Roblox not being known as one of the prettiest looking MMOs out there. A lot of the minigames are portrayed accurately here, as well as user interactions. Pacing is a bit weak, but the skits and jokes more than make up for it, so it deserves an 8.5 out of 10. The funny thing about the game right now is the developers have been suing a YouTuber for some rather petty stuff. You probably know of this by now, but if you don't, look up Ruben Sim after you finish this video. Regardless, let's move on to the next episode.
Watch and learn as I master reality.
No!
Remember this game we play as kids because we probably didn't have the internet? Yeah, me too. Mario and Bookins are playing it themselves while the former is bored of its difficulty, likely due to experience. He spiced it up by calling the pizza place so Satan can raise hell by making the floor literal lava. This causes the earth to be entirely covered in it, but it's the least this universe has gone through in the past couple of months. Just you wait. Ford takes notice of this disaster, urging Mario to undo it, but the phone line shut down for reasons. Later, Bookins attempts to get everyone to safety. Mario finds a floating island built by Steve and agrees to help him build a new kingdom. Bookins intervenes, asking why he's now helping others, and Mario answers that he'd rather go with Steve's idea by pushing him aside. While on break, he sees the aquatic piece wearing crown, declaring himself the Lava King. Mario dismisses his backstory but gets thrown in a cell. He manages to escape by throwing the old man, who we'll get into later, at Steve, so he falls off and breaks the ceiling. He decides to find a way to get everything back to normal. Luckily, Steve's chicken explains that crafting a giant iron bucket would contain all the lava. Bookins takes notice and tries to stop him, but the plumber succeeds. Bookins is depressed that his empire is gone and didn't become a hero in the process. But Mario reassures him that he was never cool in the first place, even though both of them are losers. Ouch. It was spicy, but too spicy that it got burned black. This is the first time in a video to be surprisingly boring. Now, it's never been a bad idea to use the old trend, but the execution here was a letdown. I need to explain that the lava showed up thanks to Mario's antics, since he thought the idea was cool, but later regrets it when Bookins turns evil, because he didn't want to help everyone. Don't forget the solution was super easy, and I get the joke, but they take the game to the next level assuming they had the opportunity. What I'm trying to say is the plot is confusing, and I know many of the episodes are supposed to be like that, but a fun plot is one where I can tell what's going on or goes over the top. This one is neither. Bookins having a main role is great, but it's wasted here because, oh no, he's evil. happens out of nowhere without a meaningful build-up. You could make an argument Mario was being petty to his friend, but on the other hand, he's the guy who wants to play along instead of doing chores. I suggest checking in on the others between scenarios, showing how they deal in an unnatural disaster. Though that could have been a challenge itself with the runtime, and the sad truth is adding more characters seen as a controversial decision. Segueing into a tangent, the old man showed up in his new model that was briefly seen in Sunset Paradise. It looks cool, but this was treated as a scholarly by a certain group, much like how the guy from Fox News reacted to Green M&M's new shoes. I guess they prefer smudgy Google images over actual effort.
Magnify that
hobo.
Why is it still blurry?
That's all the resolution we have. Making it bigger doesn't make it clearer.
In terms of character variety, this is a step in the right direction, but it's mediocre start if that's the case later on. So I have to give this a 5 out of 10. Yes, I know this video is the debut of the new writers and it shows, but I have nothing against them since I love for them to improve down the line.
You got that?
Okay, next episode.
That's a lot of emotional damage!
While sleepwalking, Melanie drinks milk and goes out somewhere rather suspiciously. Man, that feels good using the full word. The next day at the academy with exams around the corner, Maggie asks the game to help her pass while the Guardians are still improving their own powers. Niles exclaims the time is now as she rests. The Box Club, who have survived the ambush, kidnaps her, making the crew engage in another wacky battle. They are led to an observatory where they trap under a giant box filled with tear gas. They wake up to a ritual with the SMGs tied, Melanie sleeping in the middle, and the rest in a cage. They force the Guardians to summon a spaceship, raising questions. The box leader explains Melanie is their messiah to the God Box. As they ignore one's warnings yet again, she wakes up discovering the situation they're in, and turns to Niles for answers. But how exactly did he get there? The truth comes out when she asks Niles about everything, only for the others to have no memory of him because he is a hallucination. All the interactions she had weren't real at all, and he was the reason the club had access to the school storage room. And then her imaginary friend reveals himself to be a resurrected form of Zero, who managed to survive through the reincarnation when she slayed Axel months prior. Enraged about his revelation, Melanie changes her form, leaving her open to possession. Niles in her body creates a portal to the almighty box, which is in the great beyond. A place that, what we've seen so far, looks strikingly familiar. Melanie takes off the spaceship with the leader in hopes to snag the MacGuffin for himself, leaving the rest in utter dismay about their friend and the fate of their universe.
Well, we're boned!
Oh man, oh god, oh man. Out of every dark twist this show has delivered, this is certainly the best one. Even if it borrows from the Backroom episode's twist, the one part that stands out from the rest is the flashbacks where Melanie finds out Niles wasn't who he seemed. If you took the time to look back at those episodes, you can't tell Melanie was the only one talking to him and he never interacted with other characters. However, there were no major hints aside from some dialogue and his name being related to Zero that suggests his true intentions. Guess you got me all along. Dear theorist, sorry for doubting you. What her friends are going through right now brings the episode's title right home. They have no clue about Niles or Zero possessing her, leading them to believe Melanie wanted to grab the God Box for himself, since she was honing her skills to become more powerful. and that implies she wanted an easy solution. And another's desire for power in the form of leader's lust for the item has led their world in danger once again. As the truth about everything could be too much for them to handle, the thought of living in a simulation of us as a comedy that can manipulate it for someone's enjoyment or dispose of at any time is nothing sort of frightening and existential. And that thing was nicely carried over the past 2 years, if it was not there from the beginning for all we know. I don't know about you, but that seems way more interesting than picking on the average Mario parody for apparently lacking a personality. I had to reiterate that the fighting hasn't stopped and probably never will if things go right. Since the opening ad has some amusing parts, but my praise lies within the story and some sort of tone with the ending. So this episode earns a perfect score. The question fans like me have in mind are, will they prevail? Who makes it out alive? And what does this all mean? Well, as revealed in the end of the video, a third SMG4 movie isn't far from the circulation at the time of writing, which might close this chapter of the series and give us either what we want or what they want you to know. And you bet we'll be taking a look on its own next time. So, if you're asking why this batch of reviews is short, there you go. There's nothing else to say except hope you guys enjoyed it. Regardless, and stay tuned for my review on the movie and the Revelations arc if you're interested. It'll be a busy month this April. In the meantime, stay safe, wear a mask, get vaxxed, hope you're having a good spring break, and always, peace out.